Okay. So first of all, the reason why, I switched from Algo to SNR is simply because, I've seen that SNR is more objective than the Algo, right? And my style of trading is more of swing, okay? I'm not good in scalping and those kind of short targets, right? So I see that it was affecting me, okay? I can sometimes get some nice trades, but because of my swing, mindset, that trade tends to hit my break even, sometimes my stop loss, okay? So that stuff started what affects me for some time. And I got introduced to the SNR, right? Which I saw that it's a little more like it's more understanding, okay, than the algo, right? But I'm not saying I've totally switched or stopped using the algo because I've taken certain stuff from the algo concept, which is the time and price, okay, to including to the SNR, right? Including to the SNR. But I'm more of what using trend lines, right? I use trend line a lot. Yeah, so I'm that guy that if I want to make an entry, right? I want to see more confluence, right? And SNR using the trend line is very, very powerful, right? We have a lot of SNR traders that you'll be like trend lines subjective and those kind of stuff, right? It's simply because they don't know the power of trend line. You understand? Some of them too, they are greedy. They don't want to teach you guys the power of trend line. That's why you understand. They are using it. They are using it, but they'll tell you trend line is subjective. You understand? Yeah. All right. So that's basically the reason why I switched. Okay. And when I switch, I can see that my my style has changed and my rate and my win rate too has increased. Yeah. And I don't trade always as well, right? It's more objective. When I come with the charts, I know what I'm looking for. I have a checklist that I've given to some of my private students. Okay. So it's either we see that we look for an entry. If we don't see that, we just observe price action. All right. Okay. So that's it for the reason behind me switching from algo concept to SNR. But as time goes on, I'll be teaching you guys the algo concept too for free. Yeah, I'll be teaching you guys too for free. It's very effective as well. Okay, it's very effective.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've mute you guys so that you guys won't be, distracting me and other stuff. All right. So since you guys can see my screen, let's begin. So first we'll be tackling storyline. Okay. Storyline is very, very important if you want to, master the direction. Direction is everything, okay? Direction is everything. If you are good in direction, all you focus on is what all you focus on is how to make your entry and you're good to go. Okay. You're good to go. All right. So storyline. Okay. So with storyline, right? That's what basically you use to determine where price is going next, the next destination of what? Of price. Okay. It's more like the starting point and the finishing point of what? Of price. Okay. It's a storyline that is going to what? Give you that edge, right? So I personally have two ways of what? Of determining direction, right? So I have two ways or two method of what? Storyline. Okay. Which I'll be showing you guys one, right? I'll be showing you guys one. So um let me give you guys, let's move to the notes. So we can use two ways to determine or interpret the storyline. Okay. First is by what? Is by using the gap levels or the rejection blocks, okay, or simply support and resistance levels. Okay, so when we talk of what gaps level or rejection blocks, right, you can see when you started learning forex trading, you learned about the open close, which is the OHLC, right? So open high low close, right? OHLC level, right? So we have what we call the gap level or rejection block. Okay, we have what we call the gap level or rejection block. Okay, so rejection block is basically using what? The closing price of candles, right? Some people also use what? The opening price of candles. Okay, all depend on what? How you are going to what? The logic behind it, right? All depend on the logic behind it. So let's say this is what our bearish candle over here, right? We have this rejection. You can see this shadow over here. Okay, so this becomes what? The rejection block. So this level over here, right? This level over here, you can see bearish candles always what? The open high and close low. Okay, bearish candles always the open high and close low. So if this our high, right? If this our high, price open high and it's closing low over here, right? Then this level becomes our open. Okay, this level over here becomes our open, and this level over here becomes our closing price, right? So this is how the OHLC formation comes to play. Okay, where we have what? Our opening price and our closing price. So this is what a bearish OHLC level, right? A bearish OHLC candle. Okay, we have what? This opening over here. Oh, and we have this over here, which is the closing price. Okay, so we have the high, open high, and we have the low over here, and we have our closing price over here. So that's why they said what the OHLC is very, very what important, right? It's very, very important. It also helps in direction. Okay. All right. So we use this levels, right, which is the opening prices of candles, right, for looking for on the high time frame. We use them as our levels or our decisional levels, okay, or our point of interest where a price gets into or taps into. We start looking for what certain formations, right? Then we can start looking for trade entry and other stuff, right? So we have bullish storyline and we have bearish storyline as well. Okay, so let's assume we right now you're going to work on what? On using only one. I'm coming to teach you guys one way of what using the storyline method, okay, which is the gap or the rejection level, which I'm showing you over here. Okay. It can also be what? The support and resistance. Okay. So resistance is basically what? The opening. Okay. Opening, this is our opening price over here, right? And support is going to be the opening of what? Of a bullish candle, right? So I don't use the line chart also when I'm drawing my trend lines and other stuffs. I just focus on what's on the candle, right? Because I know how the OHLC is, okay? Okay, so let's move to the chart. All right, so on the weekly time frame, if you are looking for a weekly what storyline, right? We want to see a weekly what level, which is a weekly rejection block or a weekly resistance, right? That's if we want to look for a weekly what? Bearish storyline, right? So in the weekly bearish storyline, we want to see price rejecting what? This kind of what? Gap levels, rejection blocks, and resistance levels. Okay, that's the first step. So we want to see weekly candle rejecting what? A weekly what? Candle. Okay, I can see one guy is distracting us. All right. What's the name? Bora. Okay. So you guys want me to pick him off, no problem. All right, so I'll remove him. All right, so sorry for the distraction. Yeah. Let's continue. Okay, so what I'm saying is in the bearish weekly storyline, okay, we want to see a weekly candle, right? Rejecting this weekly levels that I've shown you guys, okay? So we want to see weekly candle. Example, we want to see this. Let's assume that we have this levels over here. You can see this what? This a gap level or resistance level. At the same time, this what? A rejection blocks, okay? There's another example. So let's first go over the gaps levels, okay, or rejection blocks. These are the weekly what? Levels, right? And when we come to the support also, we have these levels here, okay? We have this kind of levels over here, okay? So all you need to do or all you need to say is what you want to see price after rejecting this levels. You want it to close below it, okay? When price close below it, then you can see that what we have a rejection, okay? But when price close above it, then there's no what we don't have any weekly rejects weekly, okay? We have what a price breaking what bullish, okay? If price close what bullish above this level over here, okay, without even closing bullish above the week, it's still what a breakout. You understand? It's still a breakout for me. Okay, so this is how I look at what I look at my levels. Okay, this is how I look at my levels. When price close bullish above what this level, then it becomes what a breakout for me. I don't need to see or to go to lower time frames to see multiple bullish breakout candles or bullish candles before I will consider price to be what? To be bullish. Immediately I see price what? Closing bullish above this levels, okay, resistance levels, then what? That's a breakout for me. Then I'll start looking for what? Buying opportunities instead of what? Looking for sales, okay. But when I see price what? Mitigating or collecting what? There's levels and closing what? Below it, right? That signal, so that's a hint for what? A bearish movement. I get it. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to go over this step by step. Okay, so you can see we have this weekly rejecting weekly over here, right? Then we need what? A lower time frame what? Breakout. Okay, so if we have a weekly rejecting weekly, we need what? A daily time frame what? Breakout, right? Okay, so if you are dealing with a weekly time frame, right, weekly needs to be tested and rejected, okay. Then step 2 is what? We need a time frame lower breakout, right? That is step 2. Then the step 3 is what? We need a significant zone, right? A time frame, which is the daily time frame level, right? All right, step 3, we want, let's assume that we have the weekly what? The weekly gap level or rejection blocks, right? And we can use that levels 3 to 4 times. That's for the weekly and the daily time frame. We can use their what? Their point of interest 3 to 4 times. Okay. What I'm saying is, if we have this resistance level over here, right, we can use this same weekly and daily time frame levels 3 to what? 4 times. So price can mitigate here. Is the first one. Price can mitigate again, which is the second one. Price can come back again and mitigate it, and we can still use it as the third one. I get on it. So if in the future price comes back up here again, mitigate this level and then close what? Below it, then we can still what? Use it as what? A weekly what? Resistance. I get me. But with on the 4-hour time frame, we can only use them 2 to 3 times. Yeah. On the 4-hour time frame, I prefer using it twice. Okay, on the 4-hour and the 1-hour time frame, I use them only twice. But weekly and daily time frame, we can use them 3 to 4 times. Okay. All right. And trade entry zone is one time frame below the weekly time frame or the rejection time frame. Okay. So if price mitigates and rejecting what? A weekly time frame, then our entry can come from what? Either the daily time frame or 4-hour time frame. Okay. Every zone can be precise. When I'm talking of precise or precision, I'm talking about refinement. Okay. How to, are you guys seeing my screen? That's one guy said he can't see my screen. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then let me continue. Yeah. All right. So we have what? We have resistance levels as what? As our rejection time frames. Okay. So if we have weekly candle rejecting another weekly candle, right? And we want to see a storyline begin, right? You can anticipate price what? Starting a storyline, which is a weekly storyline, because what? The resistance level that we have is what? It's a weekly what? Resistance level, right? You understand? So if, let's assume you are on the daily time frame, right? And we see the same thing, then we can see that what? We are having a daily what? Resistance level, okay? So if price on the daily time frame rejects that resistance level and on one time frame lower, we see a breakout, right? And we are going to sit out. We have a daily what? A daily storyline. Okay. And price moves from resistance to support, from support to resistance. Price moves from what? A fresh resistance level to the next what? Fresh support levels. Okay. So we have fresh and unfresh what? Levels. Okay. So for example, you can see that what over here, price has what? Mitigated. All right. So you can see that price has mitigated what? This support level, right? This our support level. I said when I was going over the OHLC candles, I said the bullish candle, we have the opening, which is from the low over here, right? So the openings are our resistance and our support. Okay. So with a bullish candle, this is our support over here. And you can see price came to reject this level over here. Okay, price came, rejected this level, and it started to go. So now this over here, when price is coming back to that level, this level is no more fresh. I getting it? It's no more, it's no more fresh. Okay. And we said price moves somewhat from a fresh resistance level to a fresh what? Support level. So over here you can see we have this weekly bullish candle. It came to what? To mitigate this level over here, which is this support over here. Okay. So what is the next step that you think price is going to stop from? Okay. So if you move from this time frame, which is the weekly, we have weekly rejecting weekly over here, right? So on the daily time frame, you probably see what? A breakout, right? So if you see a breakout, what do you know? You start to anticipate the next stop level or stoppage level at what? The nearest what? Resistance. All right. So the nearest resistance level is we have this level over here. We have this level over here. Right. You can see when price came over here, we had this rejection over here. Okay, we have this rejection. Right. But then what happened? If you move to the lower time, which is the daily time frame, we didn't have any bearish breakout. Okay. So since we don't have any bearish breakout, then what do? You still hold this buy position over here to the nearest what? To the next resistance level again, weekly resistance level. So that's how gold price moves. It moves from what? Weekly to weekly, daily to daily. If it's 4 hour level two, you have to know that what price is definitely moving from this 4 hour fresh resistance to the nearest what 4 hour what support level. Are you guys getting it? So over here you can see we have price what moving from this where the storyline started from, this weekly what level over here. So we had price moving from this weekly support to what the next weekly what resistance level. So this was where price then what closed bearish, right? You can see it's closed below, right? As I said, it's closed below this resistance level over here. Okay, then on the daily time frame, we had what? We had a bearish breakout. Okay, and we started what? A new storyline, right? So let's assume that you didn't even see this level over here. You didn't even see this. Okay, what do you see? You can see this bearish candle also over here. It came to do what? To mitigate or reject. It's rejecting this what? Resistance level over here. You can see. So we have what? Weekly reject weekly over here. And if you move to the lower time frame, you see what? A bearish breakout. Okay. The same thing over here, right? You can see from here, it came all the way from this fresh resistance level. It came all the way down to what? This fresh support level over here. So you can see if you hold this swing sells over here, and you are looking to do what? To take some profits at what? At this nearest what? Resistance, support level. I get it. Yeah. So over here too, you can see we'll dive into money transfer as well so that you guys will understand how money is being transferred. Okay, so over here too, you can see with this our resistance level. And at the weekly, I said price can use it 3 to 4 times. So what happened? We have first and we have second. You can see the third one over here. Okay, we have the third one over here. So price is is selling from this weekly bearish storyline over here. This weekly bearish storyline from this level over here. That's why price is still dropping. Okay, so we had this drop because of because of this level that we have, right? So if you don't want to use this level over here, right, for this, you can still use this one, this resistance level over here, because price still close below this resistance over here. Price close below this resistance over here. You understand? So if this bullish candle was to close maybe somewhere here, right, above this level over here, then we can see that what price is rejecting from this level, and we can still start looking for sales despite price closing bullish over here. Are you getting it? Yeah. But over here, price close bearish below this, bearish below this. Okay, so price started to drop. So right now we can just be looking for can be looking for the next resistance or fresh support level. Yeah, because price is coming from a weekly bearish storyline or a weekly resistance level. So we can look for the nearest or the next fresh support level. Okay, so I gave you guys the levels. Okay, so we can look at somewhere here, which I'll explain to you guys the candles that I like to use. Okay, I like to use. So I think we have like 3 minutes more, and with I think Zoom. Yeah, I think after this we can rejoin for the continuation. Okay, so before this Zoom end, let me just post over here. Then if you have some questions to ask me, I'll mute you guys and we'll continue. Okay, all right, so if you have some questions, just raise your hand and I'll mute you to ask. All right, so okay, Isaac.
Um, I have an opinion rather than a question, because people are asking the right questions right now. But what I wanted to say is people are commenting too much.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'm losing sight of the. That's
just
all. That's all I wanted
understand.
to say.
Ignore the comment section, right? If people are commenting too
Yeah.
much, there's no need for you to be focusing over there. It's a
I know.
distraction.
I know. It's popping up on my screen, and I can tell. I couldn't turn it off. That's why. But it's okay. Let's keep on going.
All right, bro. Sorry about it.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank you, sir. No, no, no. No problem.
sure. Yeah, hey Mark, do you have any question? Yeah,
Hi, Chrissy. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Yeah. So, you said that, okay, based on the weekly, that the market moves for storyline from a fresh weekly to another, from a fresh weekly support to a fresh weekly resistance.
Exactly.
Now, in some of the examples that you kind of showed, Like
Yeah.
the market might leave maybe a fresh weekly resistance,
Yeah.
but when it goes to a support, the level has already been tested.
All right, so basically you can see that what we have this example over here. This is what a fresh weekly support over here, right? You can see we have this
Yes.
mitigation over
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
So what you do is to mark your other weekly level, because the same way price is starting the storyline, that's the same way
Yeah.
price is going to end. You understand?
Yeah.
So over here you can see that we have this resistance, weekly resistance level. But what happened? Price didn't start to sell from this level over here, because we didn't have a breakout on the lower time frame, a bearish
Yes.
breakout. Yeah. Then what happened? Price then moved to the next resistance level. Okay. Price
Yeah.
moved to the nearest. And I said on the weekly, price can test level 3 to 4 times. Okay.
Okay. So is that level considered fresh?
Exactly. It's still fresh because we can use it 3 to 4 times.
Oh, okay. That was my question. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Mark, any other question?